Do you know what?
Oh my god! Why?
Oh, that's haram.
E.T.
That's haram.
Oh my.
Oh, jeez.
Nah, this one goes. What are your intentions for my daughter? Did I tell you that, Shelby?
Oh my god, maybe. I haven't checked any of my messages for today. Oh shit.
So, commitment phobia, I think sometimes a lot of people might think that they're scared of a relationship, but sometimes they're just scared of the things that they believe they're going to have to stop doing or let go of because of a relationship.
Yeah.
And I've heard people say stuff like this to me, or about their current situation they're dating. And like, oh yeah, it's not that, it's the wrong person. Like males and females are like, oh, they're not the wrong guy, they're not the wrong girl. It's just that, like, a guy might be like, like, at the moment, I'll go for a beer with my colleagues after work, which is not an issue. But I don't want to be in a situation where I've got to explain where I am and describe where I am and describe why I'm doing something that I normally do.
Yeah.
And vice versa, it can be like that a lot of girls. Like, oh, this person, their best mate could be a guy. And they've been best mates for like 20 years. And they spend a lot of time with this guy. And they don't have to explain away why that's okay, why it's not an issue. So.
But I think part of that element of the commitment phobia comes from people sort of rushing to that stage where you say, I'm in a relationship, without actually figuring out what that means. Yeah. Like, without getting to know each other or knowing each other's friends. So that you know, do you know what I mean? So someone can say, oh, I'm with I'm with George, I'm going to the pub. All right, cool.
Yeah,
it's what it is.
It's the normality of it.
Whereas, like people spend a lot of time with just their partner.
Yeah.
Don't expand into the wider network, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, I'm going for a drink with my friend. Oh, which friend?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know any of my friends, so why am I telling you anyway?
Yeah,
but, you don't know.
But that's the worst
Even
answer.
If I say a name, what does it?
That is the worst answer you can give.
No, but I'm not saying I would give that as an answer. But I'm saying that is what it is. Like, you haven't taken the time to get to know any of my friends, so.
But then they'll say, you're saying what friend because you're hiding something. Not everyone, but you know, some people. But
that's what I'm saying. It can go and like, but also I think that commitment comes from, you've got to find someone that you can be honest with. You can't be honest with everyone. That's fact.
But
that's
you
even in day-to-day life. I am.
If it's a partner.
Some people don't like it.
I'm not saying that's like always a good thing. Yeah, sometimes honesty alone
with a partner,
will get you into arguments.
But I mean, like, in general, like, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry? Yeah,
No, in general, like, no, it's gone.
I think you can be honest with everyone, but you can't be blunt with everyone. Because sometimes it depends how the honesty comes out. And I'm like the worst for that. So I make the issue of how I speak to people is how I expect them to speak to me. Yeah. Which sounds respectful, but in the grand scheme of things, how I want someone to speak to me might come across as very abrupt and blunt and disrespectful, depending on loads of things come into it, like culture, family upbringing. Yeah. You're telling it how it is,
but there's
a
a
lot
tricky
of people's
one
rude.
Because sometimes I think people think I'm very blunt. Yeah. And at the same time, sometimes I listen to other people and I'm like, can you get to the fucking point?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah, you don't need to sugarcoat everything. Like, just give me the facts.
But I think there's two elements to commitment phobia. I think there's that element that you're saying. Yeah. Where it's like, you don't want to give up certain aspects of your life, or you don't want to think, because I think for my boyfriend, when we got together, I think that was an element. Okay. Like, I don't want it to be an issue if I'm out with people. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? He doesn't want me to call him and he's out, and then I've got an issue with him being out. Okay. But once he established that I don't care if you're out. Yeah. I might be out. I'm doing my own thing. We don't need to be together all the time. Just because you're out, it doesn't mean I need to be out with you, and vice versa. And once we establish that, it's not an issue, because he knows that he can be out. He can still answer the phone. That's my issue.
That's
don't
a good
be
thing.
out and not answer the phone, and then avoid me because you're out.
But it's not avoiding.
Say you're
Maybe
out.
he's busy.
Not the same thing.
No.
I know the difference.
No. I disagree. The reason I have to disagree there is like, okay, my phone's right here. Yeah. If it rings, I'm just supposed to grab it and answer it.
No.
We're not in the middle of a conversation, aren't we?
There's a difference between doing an activity and just being sat chilling.
It depends what element of chilling it is, though. As in, you could be in a social setting like this, having a conversation.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like, if you were to answer your phone right now, I'd be like, okay, cut. Yeah, you know. So.
Or even, you know, like even in the sense to say, like, to send a message or something. My point to him was, I don't care what you're doing. Like, do you know what I mean? I can be busy at weekends. I've got family, I've got friends, I do my own thing. Yeah. But I at least want to know that you're safe or that you're thing. If you've been out all night, do you know what I mean? Drop me a text, let me know what you're doing. If you're chilling or whatever, fine.
But why do you think people are scared to commit though?
Okay, so this is the other side of it. For me, I've always been a bit of a commitment phobe.
But why?
But I didn't notice it until very recently. Fear of being trapped. Like once you commit to a certain level, there's like
it's hard to go back.
There's a thing. So for me, it's little things. It's introducing someone to my friends. It's introducing someone to my family. Because once I introduce you to my family, that's a big deal. Yeah. Like.
What's first, friends or family?
Friends usually. Depends. Depends on this. It depends on the settings. Depends on how you know someone. It depends on the kind of activities that you do with that person, as to who they meet first. But I think friends is a better. Yeah. Because it's a bit more casual.
I think sometimes it depends on the demographic of your friends.
That's true.
Like for example, as a guy with a lot of female friends, I've got no issue introducing partners, dates, girlfriends, anything to female friends. Yeah. It's just sometimes like you've got a prejudgment in your mind of how they can view you just because you have a lot of female friends. Yeah. And it's like, hey, like this isn't a thing, like chill.
But again, it comes down to getting to know each other properly before you start committing to them levels. Like if you've just met someone and you're just getting to connect, like throwing friends and family into that can really like skew the odds. Like can really mess with the thing because you're
just building your own thing.
Your connection is fragile. When you take anyone out of their own environment, they're sort of, it's an uneasiness. So automatically for me, if I'm not with any of my friends and this guy's taking me and introduced me to his friends and family, automatically it's you're getting a different side of me because you're not getting the same side of me that you're going to see when I'm with my family and friends when I feel safe and I'm relaxed. Automatically
I get that.
So
I've had people say to me,
I need to be a certain level of comfortability with the guy that I'm with before you can then bring me around your friends.
And sometimes you can see, even being somebody's friend, meeting their partner, you can sometimes see like the different energies in the room. Like I've had someone say to me, they're like, yeah, it's great having you around, but when you are around, my husband acts like a dickhead. Not because he's being rude, not because he's acting up, but say if you know somebody from uni and you've had that lifestyle of partying, being crazy. Yeah, like, you know, doesn't matter how official and busy and serious your real life is, you meet up with somebody that used to, like, you know, party, go hard with every day.
They bring out that different side of you.
So.
And I think, because I had this problem like a few months back where it was like, people get around certain people and you forget yourself a bit. You fall into habits that you would be with certain people, but you don't realise that that's not, like, certain sides of you aren't meant for everyone.
Oh, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? The side of you that goes out and parties isn't the same side of you that sits and watches a film with your mum.
Oh, I mean, for me.
Like, for me anyway, it's a do you know what I mean? If there's a calmer side that you bring to your family, then it's a different side of when you're out, and it's all me, but it's all different. It's all a spectrum. Do you know what I mean? It's all part of a canvas.
And knowing someone well enough is, you know, very key to know if something's an act or not. Because if you don't know somebody well and acting completely different around a different person, you'd be like, oh, you're acting up, you're showing off, blah blah blah. Or
sometimes it is that. Sometimes people are, but sometimes it's just.
I'm going to be more inclined to tell jokes in a room full of all of my friends. Not because I need to be the class clown, not because I need to be a joker. It's like, why am I going to sit here and be super stern and serious? Like,
I think the other thing as well is when you get around your friends, you know what humour they appreciate.
Exactly.
So it's easier to throw out jokes.
Yeah.
Like when you're getting to know it, but I think that's what it comes down to, is getting to know someone. Like communication is so underrated these days. Yeah. The art of communication is lost because we put up a picture and maybe put a few words with it, a couple emojis, and that is supposed to define us. Yeah. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's Tinder, whether it's things. This is how we're meeting people. We're meeting people off pictures and a couple words.
Yeah.
And then the communication is Even me, like it's memes or it's emojis. It's not real communication.
So do you think that's what sort of leads to the commitment issues? Because people don't want to be vulnerable.
I don't think you can commit without communicating.
I think
how do you do that?
But a lot of the excuses for vulnerability, as in some people are saying, I'm not going to tell you all about me because that's exposing myself. I'm making myself like a naked nerve.
But everyone's vulnerable.
Of course, but sometimes the ways to make somebody less vulnerable in the future, like in the long run, is to be a little bit vulnerable from the get-go sometimes. Like, give people little bits. But then
at the same time, how many people have let themselves be vulnerable because they thought they could trust a person and then it's...
Yeah, there's that too, but
the problem
holding
now
on to trust issues with that.
We're a generation of hurt people hurting people.
Yeah, of course.
And then you've got younger people coming in, going out with older people, and they're just falling into the mix, and it's a whole big cycle where everyone's just hurt.
That's what's causing the commitment phobia then?
Yeah, because everyone's acting up. No one communicates about it. Then people get hurt, and there's an element of shame. They don't want to go out and talk about who hurt them and why. So you bottle it up. But then when you go into the next relationship, you're wary of things. You're aware of things. So you react to things that you wouldn't ordinarily react to. Like, there's no reason for your partner to say, "Oh, I'm going out for a drink," and for you to react to that. Unless there's a specific thing that person has done. If you've been with a partner and there's no reason for you to not trust them, why would that be an issue?
Because you're judging it on your past.
Because you're carrying it from your past, but you're judging. Because people judge the person now on the people that have gone before.
But how does that relate to committing to someone or the commitment?
People are just hurt.
Well, I think it's not just that about being hurt, but sometimes commitment phobia varies with age. And I don't say varies with age. When I say varies with age, first thing people think, varies with age because of maturity. No, not even that. Sometimes the older you get, you might think, oh shit, let's skip all these selection processes and get to it because I'm not getting any younger, And that's something that I'm not saying that I'm not old to a point I'm scared of losing time, but in the back of my mind I sometimes think how many times can I snap my fingers and reset? Because you can snap your fingers and reset your life and what's going on, but that clock, that real life body clock, that doesn't reset, and it's a double-edged sword because there's one side that is there's no rush, do what you're doing, blah blah blah. You hear all the great stories. Some people are I didn't find true love till I was 60. It's some of us aren't trying to wait that long. And you've got the other people, it's what it is. And the other people, they say, rather annoying things like, oh, why are you so worried? You've got all the time in the world. It's not about being worried, but it's about being conscious of the time. And so, for example, relationships in your 30s are far different to the ones you're going to have in your teens, in your late teens, like 18, 19, because, if you're 18 or 19, you might have a relationship for a couple of months. Whereas in your 30s, you're not looking at doing that. In your 40s, you're not looking at doing that. And it just makes you think, how much of my time can I spend snowballing in and out of situationships? That's why you might not want to commit, because you're conscious that other people are doing that exact same thing that you're trying to avoid doing. And sometimes you might want to commit too quickly, because you're before we drift apart, before we stray away, I'm going to blink my eyes and I'm going to wake up 50 with an aching back and single. Let's just quickly rush everything. So, it's tough. Together forever means together for 3 months. That's just... and
then on to the next one,
exactly.
Deleting pictures.
The amount of girls I've met with several boyfriends' names tattooed on them.
Are you serious?
Stop getting tattooed. Dark past, another podcast. But why have you got Steve, Dan, James, and Magaluf 2011 on your wrist? Magaluf 2011 on this wrist and YOLO on the back of your hand. Awful times, trust me. But it's just,
I don't know, but I was trying to explain this yesterday to someone.
Yeah.
Because he was saying to me, girls get angry when they realise that I know that I'm a prize, that thing. And I was the problem nowadays is there are more good guys than there are good girls.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
Controversial statement.
No, 100%.
There are a lot of good guys out there.
I can second that with some facts.
Because so the problem being now we're in a generation where most guys, no one's paying a guy's bills. So every guy
100%.
knows that they need to go out and they need to get a job and they need to earn.
My life isn't going to be
unless
worse
you're super good looking and some girl's going to pay your bills for you. Every guy's got to work. So by the time we get to this age,
or if you do go for pay.
There's
a lot of people doing that. There's a lot of people doing that.
I just wanted to throw it in, but I didn't want to say that.
No, it's like, I'll be that guy. It's the thing.
But there's certain man on Instagram stunting, yeah,
that got their OnlyFans.
Yeah, however, yeah, I send them bum in Dubai.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%.
There are some guys out there that are just doing some stupid, some shiesty shit.
So like, you could be on your story showing me which girls you're in the club with.
And then showing you their red bottoms.
But that booty
don't want to show you their red bottom.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Like I know people who like not going to say too much, but people have said to me like, oh yeah, like when you do your next cut and you get ripped again, you might as well get an OnlyFans. Like them gay man will go mad for you. And I'm like, okay, nothing wrong with homosexuality at all, but
Pass.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel a bit weird even parading myself out there for women, and I like
getting
women.
paid, yeah.
Even then, I'd feel a bit weird. I'm like,
But I feel like we live in an age of glorified prostitution.
Yes, of course.
That's what it is. But that's my point now. A lot of guys, they've got a trade or they've got a something. They've got their own foundation.
Yeah.
And then you got these girls walking around that think.
Like what you bring to the table.
They think that it's enough to look nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the commitment phobia comes from.
It's being stuck with one of these girls.
And also as well, you have to think to yourself like, I'm not the only one that's accessible to this girl. There's like 1,000. God know how many followers, how many people in the DMs. Like, I can't commit to this girl. I might see her.
Yeah.
But exactly. But this is why I say like I'm a commitment phobe. But I've never had problems with people committing to me.
I don't know. I've never had problems. I've had indirect problems.
Like
people don't admit it's a problem.
I've had issues, but ultimately, like I didn't realize how bad some girls were getting treated. Like
I think some girls want to commit more once they realise, like you said, what your friend said. Once they realise, oh wait, he's not a fucking loser. Maybe I should. And it's weird that it's bad that it has to take that, for it to happen.
But
like it could be something simple, like
the
you go
girls
to.
are used to feeling like they're the prize.
Yeah, but
when they're not getting treated like the prize, like they want guys to chase them. Since the beginning of time,
I don't even
it's been guys doing
nobody.
shows. If you look at even in the animal kingdom, it's men doing shows to attract the women, and all of a sudden, because we live in a world where there's 2 women to every man.
Yeah, y'all forget that most of the time,
And then all of a sudden.
And do you think that also has an effect on the commitment issues, knowing the men knowing that
big time
there's a lot of women out there,
or the women
social
knowing that
media probably has a lot.
It
has a lot to do with it, but ultimately. We've come from that generation where 90s, it was the whole like, oh, be slim, be this, be that, and it became very image focused because there was TV and there was internet. So just in the course of my lifetime, it's become so focused on looks, and so everyone's got so drawn into it and forgotten to nourish their soul. So it's like, okay. You got your lips done.
Well, the looks thing is very important because someone will say to you, as a man, like say a woman, like girlfriend, partner, even someone you're dating, even just a girl mate will say to you like, oh, why do you like me? Your ex like such and such. Why do you like me? You fancy so and so. And it's always questions about the look side of it. Why don't they ever think, yes, this 9.5 out of 10 may have looked like that, and I may have stood out absolutely everywhere I went with her, but you know what? She was an absolutely shit person. So
that's what it comes
like
down
regardless
to.
of what you see yourself as, I see you as a great person, and even if you talk to a family member, like someone might be insecure in your family, being like, oh, why don't guys like me? It's like, well, they're not growing up yet. They've not had their heart broken enough by those hot girls that ain't looking to contribute to bills in the restaurant, and then they're gonna grow up a bit, hopefully. Some don't.
Yeah.
So
I've never asked myself that question.
What's that? Why don't you?
I'm just like, is what it is.
Well,
there's millions.
It's good that you're a beacon of confidence, Shelby.
I'm not. This is the thing, though. I've got my insecurities, same as everyone else.
Oh yeah, I've got
difference
plenty.
Between me and a lot of girls my age, a little bit younger. I spent a lot of time by myself.
Yeah.
in order to be around other people and be fine. Sometimes you have to, like, you just have to get to know yourself the same way you get to know anyone else. Like, the same way you could see someone and not particularly be attracted to them, and then get to know them, get to know their personality, and you could think they're amazing.
Oh, 100%.
Do that with yourself. Spend some time by yourself and get to know yourself, and then maybe you'll understand why someone else loves you. How can you accept love from another person when you don't even love yourself?
100%.
When you don't love yourself and someone else tells you that they love you, how do you? How does that
why
compute
do
in
you
your
love
head?
me then?
That's when you get those questions. How? Why? And that insecurity just causes a whole lot of problems. And that's half the reason people don't want to commit. Because you're trying. How can you commit to someone and commit to loving someone that don't love themselves?